Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go back to You and Him. This time, hopefully, we can do chapters 2 and 3, which were technically chapters 1 and 2 last time, because chapter 4 is technically what would have been chapter 3. Let's begin. Chapter 2. Question mark. 1:43 a.m. Adam only requires a cheap lockpicking kit bought off an Amazon to break into your apartment. A weak defense, all things considered. Did you really think this would keep him out? It almost too easy the way he steps inside, pausing next to your coat rack to allow his eyes time to adjust to the darkness. He scans the room, observing your ratty couch and cheap coffee table. They keep popped up on the side by using a few hardcover books to keep it level after one of the legs got broken off. He wonders briefly if he start a sewing project of sorts when his eyes catch on something far more interesting. It's your bedroom door left ajar. He slips off his boots and places them next to yours. Like a husband returning from work, preparing to join his spouse in bed. Oh yeah, but this isn't a spouse. You might be thinking about it. Deep down, it's almost too intimate in a way. He hates the feeling it gives him, but he needs to stay quiet, and wearing large, clunky boots would reveal his presence. He wants to surprise you, to catch you off guard. Like how you managed to catch him off guard with that kiss on the highway. He'll never forgive you for that. Only the thrill of the hunt manages to do any of his base desires, snuffing out his impure thoughts that might overwhelm him like they did the first time he kissed. It makes him feel vulnerable. Defenseless even. The last thing he allowed himself to feel, this defenseless, his entire world was torn out from beneath him. But never again. You just a forbidden fruit that almost tricked him into taking a bite. Ironic. Adam whistles under his breath, wanting to laugh at how his name suits him. It suits him very well. Did his father know? Though I will say he's a little bit more likable than Adam from Has-Been Hotel. No, not Has-Been. Yeah, Has-Been. Though I will say I do like the Has-Been Hotel's Adam actor because, well, it's our roles. Did you believe he'd grown up and become just like him? Did he believe he'll grow up and become just like him? Do what's right. A broken voice whispers with a hiss from the darkness that almost sounds like a static. Don't follow the same path. Her words encouraged him to move forward with determined footsteps. I tried my best to protect you from him. She stills his resolve. He's going to kill the one that tainted him and become pure again. You're a roadblock, a parasite, and the one he's meant to overcome. Adam positions himself in front of the door, wondering what awaits him. But to be fair, you're tainted enough because you're going against the thou shalt not kill. Are you planning something Or are you really naive enough to think you're safe after you escaped the first time? Surely you're prepared for me, aren't you? His melodic voice carries into your bedroom. No, response. Do you have a gun aimed at my head? A bat next to your nightstand? Or did you call the cops? How about a gun and a bat? A bat with nails. Again, no answer. Now's your chance. Kill me before I kill you. He's taunting you. Probably because of the way memories of that kiss taunts him. Still, you don't play into his games. He grows tired of waiting. It's almost now or never. Adam draws out a knife tucked into the waistband of his jeans. Your blood from the other day still coats the silver blade. The color transformed to a deep reddish brown because he can't bring himself to wash it until he uses it to take your life. The single action, the taking of your life with this blade, will bring everything full circle. At last, you'll be free. Adam noticed a small bed tucked into the corner of the bedroom. The light from a nearby window, with blinds lifted, allowing moonlight to spill through and illuminate the mass of blankets where you perpetually lie. They shift, a surefire sign that you or someone else is in there. Adam approaches the bed, and without hesitation, he whips the blanket off your body, letting it fall to the floor. You start awake, your eyes launched onto his, your expression dazed and confused by a sudden force to which you were awakened with, earning yourself a cruel smile from Adam. How did you not know you would come here? That your escape would save you from him. You really are naive. You thought you were smarter than this, and it is salting that you managed to escape him acting this freaking stupid. How could someone like this? You sit up, and what remains of the other blanket pulls around your waist. Adam jerks back with a start, dropping his knife in the process as he caught off guard by your exposed body, presenting before him. Before he could move away or even collect himself, you grab his wrist and tug him forward. This is not us. The two of you fall into the bed with Adam on top of you, sprawled beneath him. Your eyes half-lidded and your lips parted like you were trying to seduce him again. It's like this is Adam's dream. Darn it. It's working. Yeah, well, knowing this, he still can't help but let you drown him in the blood red of your lust. It's not my lust. In the middle of your heated exchange, you stare down at him. Deity perched over the world throne. He shudders under your gaze. Vulnerable. He's breathless as he asks, "Why did you stop?" "Because I'm curious." Your body shifts and he grits his teeth, holding back a soft whimper. His hands going to your hips, as if holding you will ground him. A smirk tugs at the corner of your lips. Do you like this? Do you like what I'm doing? It's like, he does. Real me, I would grab the knife who was doing that, and then, go stabby for self-defense. Adam nods. Yes. He never felt so good in his freaking life. Adam swallows thickly, eyelashes fluttering, unable to concentrate, but forcing himself to pay attention to your next words. What do you want to do? Adam answers before he can think about what to say. Play Pokemon. Yes. How much do you want? More than anything. One question. Finally. Time to wake up. Do you still wanna, R.I.P. me? M stares up at you. Yes, of course he does. R.I.P.ing you means he done his job and can sleep peacefully at the night, knowing you no longer hurt the people around you. I don't think I hurt people around you. You're the one that is basically, a serial killer. He opens his mouth. A slasher, then closes it. Yes. Just say yes. He tries again, fails miserably. You continue staring at him, patient while you wait for his answer, your body still hovering over his. Maybe he just doesn't want you to stop. Is that it? Like he's afraid you'll stop making him feel good for giving what obviously the wrong answer. No, we're gonna go with do the same thing you did to us last chapter. You give us the wrong answer and we, go stabby. But no, that's not a heater. As soon as you touched him, the brain still exists within him, the fact that it always will. But the brain's transformed into something else, something ignites whatever you touch his skin. I don't know. The mattress begins to sink inward under Adam's weight, cutting him off. He doesn't even have time to process what's happening before the bed swallows him whole and leaves him in suffocating darkness. He tries crawling around him, but he's immobile, almost like the sleep paralysis demon is holding him down and keeping him locked in place with no escape. Air finally touches his back, and then he's falling, hitting the solid ground, his back hitting soft tile. Managing to pick himself up from where he crash landed, he finds himself stuck in the middle of an all too familiar kitchen, spying his old Sunday best. He catches sight of his reflection in the nearby window. His hair is brown again, untouched by his purple dye, and his scar. I like his original hair color. His hands gently graze his eyebrow. It's gone. Tycho is still right there. Adam studies the rune, turning in a slow, horrified circle. From the aging rose wallpaper to the collection of magnets used to pin up a child's colorful drawings on the fridge, Adam knows exactly where he stands. A soft dripping sound catches his attention. His eyes drift over the source. Off to his left, where a small square kitchen table sits flanked by 3 wooden chairs. Each chair is given a hand-stitched cushion to soften the otherwise uncomfortable seating arrangement. A few of them dusted with what looks like stray flower petals. His heart launches in his throat, his hands clutching his sides as he gets closer to see the familiar flowers practically overflowing off to the table, his shoes clenching one underfoot. His voice comes to a choke as he picks up one by the stem. White astroflowers. These flecks of red dyeing the petals like someone spattered them with paint. He used to collect these as a kid. They grew right behind his house in the open field where it linked the road where his father was at home. The floral scent carried by the wind. He remembers carrying the fistful home before handing them over to the person who was his entire world back then, watching her lingering sadness washed over as she placed them inside of a milk jar, since they couldn't afford proper vases. And the smile that she gave him meant everything to him. He whispers her name. Before crying out, his fingers start to burn as he drops the flower. He examines the burnt hand, finding red welts on his fingers before peering down to the flower. The petals blacken at the sight as if set on fire, but he doesn't see any flames as he watches it die and crumble into the ash, realizing that the ones still on the kitchen table are all doing the same. When there's nothing left but the asher flowers, only a single piece of parchment paper remains. He takes a reflective step back. He recognized the handwriting, the whooping script almost mocking him. It's then that he sees something falling from the ceiling. A small droplet aspires against a piece of paper. On impact, red bling for the page. This gives me a flashback back to Supernatural. Look up and drip. 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 His blood runs cold as he finally realizes this is the source of the noise that he heard earlier. If this place is what he thinks it is, then above him, he can't bring himself to look up. The fresh scent of copper flooding his senses, knowing the smell by heart after all the slaughters he's done. Normally, he's thrived off the smell, but this. His legs give out as he digs the palms of his eyes so hard that he sees the stars in the darkness. He can't look up. He refuses to acknowledge it. Someone hums next to his ear. He flinches away, refusing to drop his hands, but the person persists. You don't want to face me? When he refuses to answer, the humming switches to his other ear, and then the singer asks a second question. Can't you even look to see how deeply you hurt me? Clawed fingers try dragging his hands away from his eyes. Sharp nails dig into his wrist, buying as they force him to finally drop his hands and look at the owner of the voice. A cold, dead corpse staring at him with bloodshot eyes and whites gazed over by the grayish film. His skin is sticky in color. Her skin is sticky in color and slightly goated. A bubbling red foam spraying from her parted lips as she cocks her head at an unnatural angle, her wet, combed hair tickling Adam's face. The dripping sound is closer to now as he realizes it's because of the cotton dress clinging to her rail. Thin frame, incompletely soaked through, water driplets into the floor, soaking through the fabric of his slacks. Adam whispers her name with guilt in his heart and terror strained on his soul. This single action enrages her as her lips peel back in a shriek that shatters the windows and milk glasses used as vases lying in the windowsill. Don't call me that. Don't ever call me that again. You betrayed me. You promised me. She says that with a gargling hiss, like she's trying to speak, with lungs filled by water. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it to. I mean it. Look at what he did to me. What they did to me. Look. Helpless tears steam down Adam's cheeks as he jerks his face closer to her bruised ones. Purple and yellow spots dot the base of her jaw and trail down the slopes of her neck, disappearing underneath the torn gown she wears. I'm sorry. He drags his feet by the woman with her hands clamped around his throat, lifting him partially off the ground, despite their differences in height and weight. Her arm remained steady as a steel beam. She tightens her grip, and Adam remains limp, knowing that this is the punishment he deserves for for betraying her and the vow he made all those years ago. I'm so sorry. She snaps his neck with a sticking twist. Current day. Dole Hotel, 5:01 a.m. Adam catapults out of the bed of his nightmare, trembling as his eyes dart around the room. Shao's are his inner demons, persified, waiting to devour him. They hide behind the TV screen, under the bed, in his closet. He has a lot of inner demons. A lot. You can't escape them no matter how hard he tries. Crap. It's just a dream. He needs to calm down. Adam tries thinking about his previous hunts. The thrill of the chase, capturing those deserving of judgment, cast down upon them and tearing into their flesh, ripping through their bone and screw before watching their pathetic life fade by his own hand. He feels his muscles easing up right until he closes his eyes, and the vision of the corpse from his dreams make him tense up. His eyes snap open, and he can't calm down. Her words are violence in his ears. You promised me. Look at what you did to me, what they did to me. He rips the hotel blanket off his lap before placing around the quiet of his hotel room. In the bed opposite to him, the figure of his other bandmate, King, sleeps soundly underneath the pile of blankets and amongst the swarm of pillows. At least he's not up to the frickin' pestering him about his pacing or try to along him into a discussion about his feelings. That's the last thing he needs right now. He doesn't want his or anyone else's pity. He definitely doesn't want them to know how rattled he feels from that dream, no doubt brought on because of you. He's thinking about you. He grabs a hold of it, snapping his blankets as the way for his body transitions from fear to pure rage. Okay, original playthrough he was not with his bandmates, so. Blood red as the lust you tried to drown him in. Yes, anger is better than fear. So he directs all his attention towards you. Whatever this feeling is, it's all your fault. These feelings, the weird fantasies, burning his dreams, are your fault, and they won't go away until you're permanently eradicated from the world. He needs to get to you. Now. But there's only one glaring issue. After Adam got dropped off at the hotel, he asked Saffron to keep an eye on your apartment and pay attention to your comings and goings. Well, he called all the hospitals in the area to check if you made yourself for the shoulder wound. He came up empty-handed. None of the hospitals had a patient with your name. And the most frustrating part? According to Saffron, he never came home last night. No one knows where you are. You. Or me. Park Bend, Arizona, 11:30 p.m. Concu gas station. A bloody mess of gauze and medical tape you bought at the nearest convenience store clogged up the unisex bathroom trash can, covering up used pregnancy tests and sanitary wipes. Dark smudges circle your eyes from the lack of proper sleep. A fat there aunt would curl her foot back, criticizing you for not getting your act together despite never holding herself to the same standards. Always a supportive woman, that one. She's taken the guns herself. If she took it into the guns herself, maybe you could worry about your next online show and figure out how to earn more subscriptions than avoiding your apartment like it's got infested with cockroaches. But make it a single cockroach with a knife and its tower. You stare at yourself in the bathroom mirror, find exhaustion rooted in your bones, tooth and nail, gripping the edges of the sink. You're even remaining upright, a feat in of itself. Your shoulder well taken care of for the time being, likely to require stitches instead of medical equipment of a flex tape, equivalent of flex tape or duct tape. But who the crap can afford medical insurance in this day and age? Certainly not someone in Arizona, in the United States. Now, if we were in Canada, it might be different. Or Mexico be different. Not you. That's who. Darn it. All to heck. After circling Park Bend for half an hour and weighing your options between returning home or straight up sleeping in your car, you decide on the later as a safer bet. You don't really want to risk it for the biscuit by returning home, considering there's a possibility of Adam showing up. The attack itself could have been a one-off accident for a first serial killer. Heck bent on getting some kind of action. But if that's the case, why did he take a picture for? And how do you know her name? And how did you know your name? Maybe you're overthinking this. After all, he could be saving them for himself as a sort of memento for the occasion. You really can't be sure, but for the name bar. And considering your adrenaline was so high, it's entirely possible you misheard him, mistaking him saying something else for saying your name instead. Maybe it would have been better if... No. You splash yourself with water, stained with questionable color, in order to perk yourself up. Chin up, chest puffed. That's what your best friend, Jay, used to say before he moved out of state to pursue his dreams. You plan on taking his advice to heart until you exit the bathroom and meet the gaze of a kid who stares at you with wide-set eyes. He's in the middle, picking his nose and wiping it on one of his mom's sleeves. He never breaks eye contact. Upon seeing your grossed out expression, he cackles like a hyena. Yup, he's gonna grow up to become a serial killer, just like Adam. You bet Adam did the same thing at that age. You put your money on it, even. Doorbell jingles as you step out of the air-conditioned gas station and onto the curb. A sudden wave of vertigo hits you like a truck, and you finally lose your ongoing battle with gravity. The roll colors pleating together like watercolor painting. Arm sweeps over to catch you. Oh, him. You bite back at his pain and hide your wince as fingers press against your injured shoulder. The owner of the arm smells strongly of antiseptic, and it makes your already queasy stomach want to roll at the scent of evading your nostrils. When you wake up, soft green eyes paired with a gentleman's smile meet yours. Are you alright, my dear? You look a little ill. Oh yeah, that's what happens when the Clay's man attacks someone with minimal access. You know for a fact that Adam's probably off smoozing in a fancy hotel that serves steak with shaved bits of gold sparkled on top, while you're at Kanaku gas station. Lemon dish and cake expired scratch tickets inside. I'm afraid that's all. Unfair is it when the criminal gets better care for their victim than their victim. It's like, to be fair, who are we gonna go to get stitched up? Back alley. To the gentleman wearing a crisp suit in 100-degree weather, you seem weirder. You just nod. You disentangle yourself from his hold. Amusing weirder in natural Arizona. You sway a bit, but manage well. He waits until you're stable enough to let go. I ate too many pancakes at the pancake house down on West Avenue. Challenged by my friend to a contest, but you should see the other guy. Oh, and what of your blood-stained shoulder? Your heart stops as your hand automatically goes to cover your shoulder. It stopped bleeding, but how did it open up again? It cocks his head to the side. Let me give you a ride to the ER. I'm certain we could get them patched up. Get them to patch you up in no time at all. Thanks for the offer, but I can't afford to fork over hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. It'd be over 1,000 just to get the stitches. This is Arizona. This is United States. It would be more than that. 400. 100 be fine. It takes to just sit in the room, let alone get stitches. I appreciate your concern, but I manage on my own. Then how about this instead? I mean, last time I went to the ER or hospital, the bill was for like $1,500. Just to pass the kidney stone in the in there without them actually going and seeing me. Then how about this instead? I'm actually friends with a director of the ER who offers affordable payment plans. If I take you there, I promise I can let your bill get your bail halved. What do you think? Darn, this is a tempting offer. But one question lingers on your mind. What is it for you? He just cut links of his button up. All I'm asking is a polite conversation and company on the way over. You provide me that, and I consider it an equal exchange. Does it sound like a fair deal? Well, we never actually tried to do sounds like a deal, because kind of figured that he was not up to good, but let's do it. I'll take you up on that offer. Stranger claps his hands scared like a teacher, proud of his student for giving the right answer. Wonderful. I knew you would be a sensible individual. Let's be off, then, shall we? The stranger presses a guiding hand towards the center of your back, urging you to the direction of a smaller parking lot, located directly behind the gas station, towards a small white reefer truck parked next to the large dumpster that smells of spoiled meat. Suspicion flares hot in your chest. This is as shady as heck. Well, there's a reason why. Anyone well acquainted with the area knows this place is hot spot for drug sales due to the lack of video evidence. You didn't want something caught by CCTV footage, you do it here. You dig your heels into the ground and mere 3 feet away from his car door. He almost stumbles into you door to the sudden stop. Something matter, my dear? Is it your shoulder or are you hurt somewhere else? I could carry you if you like. His sincerity almost gets you to start walking again. Keyword being almost. I think I changed my mind. Mind? He flinches in finishes the sentence for you, and when you nod, his smile loses a fraction of his warmth. You're not serious? You don't answer, allowing your silence to speak for you. The corner of Saffron's eyes twitch and he goes to rub at the spot. You're really set on this. When all I asked in return was polite conversation in exchange for driving and hundreds of dollars taken off your bill, you're okay with missing out on such opportunity? Well, because I know you're up to shady stuff. He circles you almost like a vulture, but his eyes gently convey sadness and disappointment when he bends his body to match your height. You feel like you disappoint a parent rather than an absolute stranger. When you're not budging on this, but you're not budging on this one. It just reeks of bad news, and the river truck creeps you the crap out. You're making the right choices here. I won't stop you from walking away. If you're sure. I'm sure, I'm sorry, and I should have realized sooner, but I'm not comfortable with this. He sighs and pulls back into his full height. All 6'5" cast his shadow over your form, shielding you away from the sun like a human solar eclipse. He strands his jacket. A smile returns, though covering a deep loneliness you don't understand. Very well then. If there's nothing I could say to change your mind, then that's that. Unfortunately, since I was looking forward to the drive, yeah, I'm sorry. You take a step back, then another, and another. Well, I'll be on my way then. You turn around and start heading towards the front of the building when an arm wraps around your waist. It's so quick that your mind takes a moment to catch up. What the? Something gets plunged in your neck. A quick, painful stabbing sensation. It's just as quickly gone, or maybe it's because the area became numb. You don't quite understand what's happening as your body begins to slump. Well, what? The words slip out of your grasp as soon as you speak them. Thoughts become disoriented, like puzzle pieces, tossed all over the child's room. They came together almost easily as they ripped apart, and your body slowly began to sink into the ground, aided by the person responsible for plunging whatever it was that caused this into your neck. Shh, just let it take over. Don't fight it. You only hurt yourself more. Your eyes get heavy, and his face hovers over yours, becoming a blurred mess of blues and whites. You open a mouth to speak, but it's filled with cotton. No. Cold hands brush your temple. I'm sorry. I know I promised to let you go, but I'm afraid for Adam's sake, I can't do that. I'm sure he'll hate me for doing taking care of you taking care of you myself. I know he won the honor of doing it, but you. The fact that you escaped him once, we can't risk that happening again. Doing so will bring his ruin and mine. Adam? You try to flash around, but only one of your arms manages to spawn, lifting up a futile attempt to brush him off. It falls back to your side again. Useless. How did you allow this to happen? You trusted Adam the first time around, a complete stranger, and look where it got you. Now it's happening again, and this time you can't even fight him off. You're vulnerable, completely and utterly defenseless. And give me his meal. Glove fingers adjust the straps, crossing your chest, waist, and legs when you finally regain consciousness. Light hair drips in and out of view while the stranger busies himself with ensuring you're properly attached to the cold steel table you feel underneath your back. When he notices you watching, he offers a gentle smile before pulling off the mask, resting on his face. Ah, you're up. Did you sleep well? As good as you can. After being knocked out with sedatives. But you disagree. It's hard to argue with your mouth feel like it's been stuffed with con, and your head keeps ringing. Not exactly the perfect time to offer your wittiest banter. I'll also be witty. I apologize for things having come to this point. But I'm afraid, for the sake of those who I care about, I can't let you go free. An apology doesn't negate what he did. Kidnapping? Trying to say so much and fail. Nope, your jaw still doesn't work right. Not being able to talk sucks butt. At least with Adam, you got some verbal jabs in before he tried to off you. Weird how you almost prefer that now. I guess you're the one of those types of people who prefer to go out with a bang rather than a whimper. Not that you like making the habit of running into men with murderous tendencies. Well, there's the ones that are more dare than yawn that you might go for. You're almost ready. He says this as he tugs at one of the straps near your ankles, and then turns around your waist. Are these comfortable? I try not to make them too tight. It cuts off circulation, and we really don't want that now, do we? He waits. Oh god, he actually wants a response. You have no choice but to nod your head. He smiles and he pulls up his mask again. Such a polite guest. A shame we couldn't chat more, Usually when I get this intimate with someone, I like to get to know them a bit better. He turns around towards the table with a large display of tools. Anything ranging from hammers and buzzsaws to a little machete. Are you gonna be like the guy from Saw? Actually it'd be worse. Be Hannibal Hector. I would let our face goes face for 500. He runs a finger along the razor sharp edge of meat cleaver and examines it in the light before putting it back down. No, not that one. That's only for my favorite guest. Then he picks up the scalpel, twisting it around with his fingers. This is probably more fitting, and what you were expecting, right? Cold, analytical, precise. He comes up to you, allowing the flat of the blade to brush against your cheek, almost teasingly. You try to shake back, but your binds hold you in place. The entire table rattles from how much you tremble and shake. He's choosing what to torture you with. Why not stab you and just be done with it? Why drag this out? Because he's more sadistic? A cruel smile curls underneath his mask as you try pulling at your restraints. He can see the fear in your eyes, the fight or flight senses starting to take over as your body starts operating properly. He takes delight in it. Yes, I think this one will do nicely. Now then, he twists the blade as you feel the slight biting cut of steel. Blood trickles down on your cheek. Count to 3 for me. You open your mouth, nothing comes out but a rasp of air. Now, try again. I'm a patient man. He presses his ear closer to your mouth. I'm sorry, what was that? You have to speak up, dear. Your teeth clamber around his lower lobe, enough to draw blood and send him reveling backwards. I might have to just do chapter 1 or 2. It's loud again, too. There's a clatter of tools as he bumps into the counter, and something falls to the floor. You can't see what it is, but you don't care. You just hope that it hurts. You. The man holds his blinking ear, crimson rivulets slipping through his fingers and dripping onto the floor below. You turn your head and spit his blood out of your mouth. Screw you. The man lets out a soft laugh, but it's void of humor. His eyes twitch again. So crass, so vulgar it seems. I got that from South Park. His voice drips into a dangerous dangerous level. We're going to have to train that out of you. Bring it on. His eyes twitch again, and he rolls around at her challenge, turning on the radio behind him. Opera music echoes through the room as Saffron readjusts his instruments after bumping into them. When you bit him. Okay, we have opera music. You want me to start singing Caroline My Wayward Son off tune? Very well then. It's like I don't even know, I'll just sing it. Let's see how fun the resistance of yours lasts, You retrieve the scalpel from the floor, which is what that clattering sound must have been earlier. A ball of alcohol. The man grips your jaw with fingers cold as dead fish and press his forehead against yours. Let's begin, shall we? Then he carves into your skin with multiple thick, practiced swipes, followed by the quick uncapping of the alcohol, and you let out an agonizing scream. Baden for gluten for punishment. Now we're gonna go nope, double nope, triple nope. Heck to the no. Last time you let your guard down, you got stabbed. Made out with the person who's the stabby butthole, and escaped by the skin of your teeth. You just take the name of the doctor and go. I'm good, thanks. I appreciate the offer, though. The man nods, plucking a card from the breast pocket of his vest, before extending 2 business cards to you. One belongs to the ER. Eli Bone, MD. You pocket and examine the second, which must belong to him. Saffron Aberich, music manager. Cushion Industries. Saffron Aberich, music manager. Right, you've seen guys like this before, claiming they hold your ticket to fame, only to con you out of your rent money. Not to mention he reeks of inspect, like, like he's sanitizing himself all the time. He really begs the question, why would music manager smell like he just got out of surgery at a hospital? Because, well, last time, he's got issues. Trying to handle his card back to him, but he holds out his hands, which are peppered with splotches of your blood, probably from catching you earlier. The man, or rather Saffron, gives you an earnest smile. Feel free to call me in case you run into any trouble. Gotcha, well, thanks again. I appreciate the help, by any means. You listen out for footsteps as you walk towards your car. Nothing. And when you glance at your shoulder, he's tapping away at his phone, instantly texting someone or checking his social media, or whatever. You realize you're become paranoid. Oh, we need to become paranoid. Paranoid's the best option. Embarrassed by your slight overreaction, not a slight overreaction at all, to possibly well-intentioned man. You climb into the driver's seat and start buckling your seatbelt when you feel your eyes on you. As you lift your head, you find Saffron staring at you. He's licking a speck of blood on his thumb with a bone-chilling smile. Oh, not a frickin' again. Not frickin' again. Not again. You start to think that your aunt had the right idea with keeping at least one gun in hand. I know my gun. The Colt. Too many creeps warming Arizona as of late. It's Arizona, what do you expect? I live in Arizona. I can joke all I want about Arizona. Park Bend, Arizona, 12 p.m. Door of the hotel. Adam scrubs the towel over his face, pushing back the purple strands of hair plastered on his forehead, his body dripping with sweat. His legs ache after walking quite a few miles on the treadmill in the hotel's gym. But at least he's not thinking about you. Until he's thinking about you. It's like he has a one-track mind. He rips out his phone and checks his messages, desperate for something else to occupy his thoughts, but Saffron hasn't given an update in hours. Adam's mouth pulls into a tight line, wondering what's taking so long. What the heck are you hiding? Where the heck are you hiding? Don't you know he has connections everywhere? Eyes everywhere? You should just give up already. There's nowhere safe for you to run. You're his now. A fact that you need to learn sooner rather than later. Because you're alternative? It's much worse. Oh, I know. It's Saffron. Blowing out the disgruntled breath of air, Adam folds himself into a plush recliner stationed in front of the widescreen TV. He never cared much for for fancy things, despite people always offering them left and right. He was taught to never want them. To never accept anything beyond his means, something he holds on to this day. On screen, a news outlet discusses the devastation his fans are facing after Cake's latest concert got cancelled due to an unforeseen energy Adam received while hiking. It's not entirely a lie. It's not an entire lie. technically he was hiking, and his latest target became more than he bargained for. A tidbit the general public will never know or warn of. Oh, you find out. We'll see about that, sir. Turning his attention back to his phone, he clicks on the message he received the other night from an unknown number that sits just below Saffron's. Same one he received on the bus. The one that tells him who to enact judgment upon. Your name pops up alongside a list of spinning out information about your personal life, including your place of residency. And a link to your job application. Adam swallows thickly, his thumb shaking as he hovers over the link. He didn't care to know more about someone he wound up purging. But what's the point of doing otherwise? All we needed to know was your basic information and how he could use it to create a trap to snare you in. The rest he saw no need for. He's done the same thing countless of times before. What if he get innocent target though, sir? What if? And now he's sitting here wondering if he should invest his time in getting to know you intimately so he could find your weakness and exploit it. It's the only reason he's debating or even clicking on this link. Because how is it necessary? And because now it's necessary. There's no other ulterior motive outside of that. All he's gonna find is this, for me personally, this YouTube channel and my actual place of work. He's just trying to finish what he started on the highway. This website of yours, with all the information it potentially holds, could provide him with something like that. Right? It's like, yeah. Then I'm just gonna rickroll him. Adam's eyes dart up at your name, and before he could stop himself, he clicks the link. He only bought to your page, which offers a short bio describing what you offer to your subscribers, a few key things you know about you, and what you will and won't do for custom videos. I only do this, I don't show anything. His eyes wander over to your profile picture. The first thing he sees is your legs, then your thighs, then his eyes widen as he wipes his head towards the direction of the door, as if King would come bursting through at any moment. He's tomato frickin' red when he goes back to his phone. It's obvious he's never been on one of those websites before, although he's heard of them mentioned in passing. I think he just discovered OnlyFans, which I'm not on. Quite a few people even tried to start a petition for him to join, to which he declined and publicly stated his discomfort. Adam's never shown off anything more than a naked torso, and those were typically for photo shoots. Sir, I think I beat you. I'm not going to show any naked. Definitely not going to show myself naked. Beneath the belt is, and always has been, out of the question. Clutching himself as best as he can, trying to steady his hand, he can't help but notice 1,000 people following your account. A fact that, for some reason, gets under his skin and eats away at him. He pushes away the feeling, trying to investigate with a clear mind rather than letting his discovers feel any emotion. Still, these newfound feelings battling his chest and covering his world from black and white to something vibrant makes them almost impossible to ignore. They become blinding when he knows the ratings listed at the top of the page. There's a lot of them. Oh, I was gonna say rated 18 plus. All 5-star reviews. All savoring over the customer service you gave them. All interested in what lies underneath those clothes of yours. He wants to frickin' throw up seeing their comments. Yet you weren't even bothered by the fact. Maybe you even liked it. God darn you. Without thinking and too absorbed in his thoughts, he scrolls down and lands on your videos. He almost snapped his phone in frickin' half. The videos he landed on gives a small preview of what the contents contain, which is you arching your back as your legs slightly part while you model a very revealing cosplay. It's like you're mocking him with your eyes, taunting him with his newfound hunger, by inviting him in with a seductive smile like he did in his dreams. He squirms in his seat, and you lick your lips, unable to look away. Hot and slick and red against his own. The fact that he knows what you taste like drives him crazy like nothing else has ever before. Crap. Despite the fact that their jogger pants gets a little hot. Adam slams his phone down onto the nightstand. He feels so frickin' perverted and disgusted with himself. Why did he do that just now? It's like Frollo, or the guy from, the Judge Frollo. Why did he do that just now? He should have looked. Because now he wants to scroll through your feed until he sees every inch of your skin uncovered so he could devour you with his eyes and commit such to each detail to memory. We're just corrupting him by accident. He completely forgot his initial purpose of looking at your profile. He never located weakness of yours, but without knowing it, you suppose Adam's sole weakness yet again. Even the foreboding voice hissing at him to leave this path that he's on is drowned out by the rolling of his eyes and the blood thumping between his legs. He closes his eyes, and there you are, invading his thoughts. A devil sent to taunt him. Adam grips his armrest and chair so tight that his nails break because he's afraid he move even an inch he's going to reach his phone again and watch every single one of those videos. Adam, put your phone down. No social media for you. His phone chimes once. A text. Adam risks picking up his phone, only to look at the notification on the lock screen. Saffron's name appears. And the preview message is just two simple words. Found them. You. Park Bend, Arizona, 4 p.m. Boo Acres Trailer Park. You arrive at a rundown trailer park, pulling onto a dirt drive that leads to a section of mobile homes clustered together as if gathered for congregation. One slate meant to serve offer a piss-poor attempt to separate them and provide some form of privacy for the local residents. A few people clatter in the middle of the road and ignore you while you force to navigate around them. You must take out a portion of the fence when gardeners. You almost take a portion of the fence, which garners a facial reaction from one of the men standing in the middle of the road. Get out of the road then! He shouts profoundly. He's after you and whacks the bumper of your car with his steel-toed boot before he could drive away. Then get out of the road, sir. Just get out of the road or I'll run you over next time. All jokes aside, get out of the road when the car's coming. A cute little welcome back to the neighborhood present, all in the form of a new dent. How lucky. You just can't wait to beg your aunt to stay. White knuckle gripping the steering wheel, you follow the rocky road right up until you come across a double-wide trailer, tan with a slightly darker trim. Yawn is freshly trimmed. There's a lovely cactus garden growing, and that's not your stop. Nope. It's a teeny tiny trailer sitting next to the double wide where looking angry looking flamingos dappled along in splashes of neon pink, giving Adam a run for his money with those glares. We use the flamingos as a weapon. Your new possible home. The teeny tiny trailer, not the double wide. Again, you're oh so lucky. You should really try your hand in at the lottery. We'll lose, definitely. Putting your car into the park right next to the pod plant that borrowed brown and withered. You step out of the driver's side and notice one of the blinds shifting as though someone bent out of it, only to quickly pull away. You head to the front door, actively avoiding the middle step of the porch, which remains unfixed after it caved in 2 years back. You raise your hand to knock, but it opens before you can. A hand darts out from the darkness and latches onto your wrist, causing memories of Adam doing the exact same thing to come flooding back in a rush of panic and fear. He can't be here. He can't. Before you can open your mouth to even scream, the hand yanks you inside, another clamper of your lips as the door clicks shut. Your pulse races as you try to think of how to escape your captor's hold. Be dramatic, go limp. You allow your body to slump, catch your assailant off guard. They stumble as your body weight pulls them forward, and you manage to twist and spin out of their grasp. It's my aunt, I'm pretty sure my weight will do nothing. They manage to catch themselves mid-fall. You squint in the darkness and recognize the silhouette. To be fair, she's bigger, all around than me. Phantom, and definitely not Adam. Aunt Ruth? What the heck was that for? Yep, it's your aunt, alright. I thought you were someone else. Who else would I be? No one else lives here. You stupid brat. At least not anymore. She turns towards the door, and you hear the sound of a deadbolt locking into place, followed by 4 more clicks coming in rapid succession. When did she install those? There was only one the last time you checked. Did you go out and get them right after you dropped off the guns at your uncle's place? Probably. Aunt Ruth. Shh. Spit flies from her lips as she hushes you, and your mouth claps shut with a spot snap of your teeth. Spotting sound of your teeth. You watch as your aunt presses her ear against the door, quieting her breathing, like she's afraid of someone will overhear and come breaking down the front door. There's only two possible reasons for this. Either the problematic neighbors are drawing pansies, drawing pansies on her flamingos again. Or something really sketchy's going on. No pun intended. When Ruth finally pulls away from the front door, she breathes a visible sigh of relief, full on pressing a hand against her chest and sending a prayer, thanking God as if you weren't standing there witnessing the whole debacle. Before you could comment on her erratic behavior, your aunt turns to you with her arms crossed over her chest, clucking her tongue. Now tell me why you're here. Oh, it's your fault now. When you don't answer fast enough for her liking, she sneers. What, did your uncle demand you take something else from me? Sorry to disappoint you the two of you, but I have nothing left to give. Not here because of him. I'm here because my living situation has gone a bit complicated. I need a place to stay while I sort things out. Your aunt's eyes narrow. Or at least you imagine they do, considering you can't see due to the distant lack of lighting. Distinct lack of lighting. But you know your aunt's changed expression due to disturbance in the air. It's a slight shift in the winds. Which begs the question, did she forget to pay the electric bill? Or did she decide to make a sudden lifestyle change? You're all for dramatic lighting. In the right circumstances, but no doubt someone's going to stab their pinky toe, and it's probably going to end up being you, considering how you keep getting your new energies as of late. Well, it's because someone went stabby on us. Seriously, you're going to have to start naming them soon, as you keep track of each one and how you got it. So you're both listening, so you're only visiting because you want something from me? Why am I not surprised? I think you want something from me, and this is called a favor. The comment irks you. Who were you delivering those guns for again? Certainly not yourself. Yes, your uncle made the request, but if she handled it herself, then you would have never been on the road trip from heck. Nope. Adam will meet us in the house, probably. You benefited from your volunteering. She benefited from your volunteering. The courts would have hounded her, but otherwise. You mentally shake your head. And it's not like you want to room with her, but you got nowhere else to go. Not when you discovered your worst fear a couple of hours earlier. You. Park Bend, Arizona, 3 p.m., aka and 1 hour earlier. Buyer's bar. After repairing your shoulder and taking a quick power nap in the front seat of your car, you find yourself sandwiched between booths at Briar's Bar and Grill, nursing a glass of water with an empty plate in front of you. You are drawn in by the warm smells and advertisement of cheap food. Searching your car for pocket change, you manage to scrounge up just enough in order to get something decent and modestly filling. The way your jaw unhinged when you dug into your meal kind of scared the waiter off. He hasn't asked to refill your glass, and every time you glance over at him, he looks a little pale, opting to converse with other patrons instead. Not that you mind, as long as you're allowed to as long as you're allowed to loiter while you come up with a plan, you don't mind the lack of service. Besides, after running into Adam and Saffron, conversing with normal people proves difficult. You struggle a bit before which is why your inner circle of friends remain few and far between. And now everyone is a potential threat. In order to survive, you need to approach things carefully. This includes interacting with strangers. You need a friend or a family member you can trust. Someone who can help you while you try to decide if you're going to keep your apartment or skip town. A temporary place of refuge. Make a mental list of potential prospects, crossing out those who live out of state or those who you lost contact with, and laying almost everyone in the process. Oh, I'll go out of state. I'll go out of state. All except for one. Aunt Ruth comes to mind due to her sheer proximity and availability rather than the level of trust you share with her. She's your best bet. Maybe the same thing was a fluke, and you somehow forgot you mentioned it during your exchange. There's bits and pieces you already blanked out on. Due to the high intensity of the counter, your mind is no doubt trying to protect itself from the horrors that occurred. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe. A drunken shout draws your attention towards the front of the bar, where a older gentleman waves a busted TV remote in the air. Batteries! Get me some batteries! I'm gonna miss the big game because of this bullcrap. His words slur together in a tangled mess. When the bartender ignores him, the man leans across the counter and tries yanking at the man's pants in order to grab his attention. The bartender shakes his head with a sigh as he cleans the glass with a white dish towel, simply steps away. I've been over this, Jamie. Please don't make me call the police on you again. The drunken man, Jamie, as the bartender called him, slumps back on his seat and grumbles as he chucks the remote onto the bar. He folds his arms over his chest like a spoiled child who just got told he couldn't have a dessert before dinner. Your eyes glide up towards the TV to see the channel the TV's stuck on. Your entire body goes rigid. Adam. On scene, the camera captures a close-up of Adam, from his signature purple hair down to this iconic earring, which finally landing on his face. He beams at the camera with the exact same smile he wore moments before he plunged a knife into your shoulder. A wolf in sheep clothing. He really knows how to blend in, huh? Your nails dig into the meat of your thighs, wishing you could expose his true identity when the camera switches over to the interviewer, who already wears a smile on her own. She introduced herself as Lawrence D. Tevron, and excludes practice confidence that only developed after years of working with A-list celebrities. Today, we're with Adam Garin, composer and lead vocalist of Cake. She turns to him and strains the slack of laminated cards to her knee. Now, Adam, I heard about the accident and wanted to make sure you're handling everything. You can handle doing this interview. Don't worry about rescheduling and just be honest with me. How are you feeling? Your stomach plummets at the sound of the mention of an accident. The interview from an interview from today. Sure enough, there's a slight bulge under his shirt, right above his hip bone. Clear-cut evidence. He made his way off the highway with scars to prove it. Part of you wishes he bled out on the asphalt, but he knew that the blade didn't go deep enough to cause irreversible damage. You meant to maim, not kill, unlike a certain someone. No, you aim to end their life if they're trying to end you. It's self-defense. That's what I've been told. Not that I've ever had to do it. And now, here's a certain someone continuing on with his life while you lauder at a 18 and up bar healthier. What complete and utter bullcrap. I'm great, Lawrence, and happy to be here. My energy was pretty shallow, and I'm just taking extra precautions to ensure my recovery goes smoothly. I'll just be up and running again in no time at all. He turns towards the camera and you tense on reflex. It's as if he's looking straight at you with the their sharp eyes. The smile he gives on the camera goes low and mocking. After all, you can't get rid of me that easily. It's like, challenge accepted, goes out of state. Lawrence gives a good-natured laugh, but the hairs on her back, the back of your neck, stands on end. It's like, get out of country. To everyone else, he's a man determined to get back to his feet, but he knows the comment was meant for you. It's his small way of saying he's not letting you go. Not by a long shot. You stare at the melting ice in your glass, trying to control your breathing, as the interviewer presses a hand over her heart. I think I can speak for most of us when I say we're happy to hear you have such a wonderful support system taking care of you. Now, you mentioned a while back that you and the members of Cake are pretty close. I assume they're part of your support system? They're not that close. Of course, they're like my brothers. They're my family. Same goes to my manager. Maybe your manager, but definitely not your bandmates. You would go stabby on them first. Oh. Then goes to tell his found family about his cute hobby of dismembering people? Then does he tell his found family about his cute hobby of dismembering people? Nope. Probably not. Do they go on bludgery bonding expeditions and laugh in the faces of their victims? Are all the members of Cake just as messed up as their leader? They all have some baggage like everyone does, but that why not stabby level baggage? A better question yet. Are they all looking for you? The proverbial lamb who managed to escape the slaughter. He wants to squint in his face to leave you alone because you want no part of this. You want things to go back to normal. Or at least as normal as they were before you agreed to helping out your aunt. Forcing yourself to calm down by pinching the brim of your nose, you hear soft coos of the audience reminding yourself that he has no idea of your current location. You can't let him get the best of you. You get through this. And besides, what are the odds of the rest of his band members know and participate in what he does? The chances are slim, minuscule, microscopic. You're okay. Then turns out they actually all do. Oh, I like how there's like a power button. It's like click. You're okay. You're safe. He's probably the only person looking for you right now. And he's busy on live TV. Well, Saffron is too. You're fine. You glare back at the screen with newfound determination, and Lawrence smiles. Her features softened by the expression. I could tell you and I'm sorry. What's your manager's name again? Saffron. Adam leans back in his seat, crossing one long leg over the other, wearing the most radiant smile as he looks at the camera. Saffron, average. And like, oh crap, found him. He's looking for us too. Your heart launches on your throat. You can't breathe. The panic comes back in full force, pinning you to the booth, your hands shaking as you stare up at the screen with parted lips. No, he did not just say Saffron. Not the same Saffron you ran into hours earlier. There's no frickin' way he found you that easily. I almost said it, but your gut galls at you, knowing that you're in heavy state of denial. And now Saffron's card burns a hole through your pocket. Unable to ignore the fact that any longer, you withdraw your wallet from your pocket with shaking fingers and pluck out the business card given to you hours earlier. Sure enough, embroidered in white ink, Saffron's full name stares back at you. Saffron Alberich. Saffron Alberich, who works with Adam St. Van. Saffron Alberich, who licked your blood off his fingers like some gamer gal bathwater. It's like, I know the reference. Or like it's G Fuel. The same man who ran into you at the gas station, which is only a 10-minute drive from here. That's Saffron Alberich. He knows that what your car looks like. He saw your license plate numbers. He watched as you drove away and which direction you headed in. He thought it was odd he didn't follow you. You were prepared for that because you thought he was just another creep. But now, you stand up sharply. You almost knock over your table as you frantically scramble out of the booth, completely getting your inner dialogue about remaining calm because now you're all too aware that Adam can easily deduce where you're at. This is bad. Well, I know one thing. Swap places with someone else. Or, I don't know, what do you call it? Swap cars with someone. Grand Theft Auto 5. Really bad. There's no doubt that your meeting with Saffron wasn't such a confidence. Wasn't such a big coincidence. He was probably patrolling the entire area looking for you. And bing bang, he found you within 24 hours. You can only surmise one reason he didn't follow you. It's because he's saving you for Adam. And once Adam finds you out what your area you're hidden yourself in, he's going to come for you. Not the cute way, kind of come find us either. Not the other kind. You knew you need to leave and get to your aunt's now. You almost steamroll past the waiter, carry a large platter, and apologize over your shoulder as you hurry out the front doors. A voice calls out to you when you're halfway through the parking lot, but you forget it too preoccupied with getting the heck out of Dodge. The bartender who called out after you frantically waved his arms over his head, trying to catch up. You rev the engine and peel out of the parking lot, not even paying attention to the waiter and what he holds in his hands. You. Park Bend, Arizona, 4 p.m. Blue Acres Trailer Park. Current time. Go home. I'm not here to run a charity case. Well, no, it's my home now. Aunt Ruth's harsh words snap you out of your flashback. They're clipped, leaving zero room for debate as she rifles through a nearby cupboard. There's a bunch of liquor inside. How much of this stuff isn't that stuff again? You're not sure you want to know. A good portion of them are half drained. Your aunt scratches her head, muttering to herself. When she notices you watching, she slams the cupboard shut, her lettered lips peeling back annoyance. Go on, leave. I already told you. You're not welcome here. Get out. You can't own me now. Though, from the set of her jaw, the outward gut of her hip, you can tell she's 2.2 seconds from going off. She's a stubborn woman, with a stubborn grit and a nasty attitude to boot. But if there's one thing you know about her, is that her weakness for free manual labor. The entire reason she claimed to have married your uncle was because he looked over the housework and paid the bills. A bona fide user, but you need to bother with her for a safe place to stay. Your eyes drift towards the sink, cluttered with grimy dishes and cups filled with soury milk. The tower like a fragile stack of cards, ready to blow. You pick up a fork with dried flakes of something and the tines and wave it around. I'll take care of any and all chores if you let me stay. Her lips twist like she just stuck up a moldy woman. Or just a woman in general. Except for me, I'll eat it without any face. But her jaw loosens as she considers her offer, and her intentional stubbornness recedes. And grocery runs? Done and done. She hesitates, but Corey, it's just for show because she wants you to think she's doing you the world's biggest favor. Fine, she says at last. But if you slack off, I'll boot your butt out before where our little old Laverne sleeps. Laverne's a cactus. She's talking about a cactus. Won't be a problem. Aunt Ruth glances at her cabinet filled with devil's juice, a code name she and your uncle called it in front of you when you were a kid. One of the few memories that you can recall is that of when you asked for some of the tender age of 9. Your uncle gave you a grape juice instead and created the same color as the wine your aunt used to drink before she switched to the harder stuff. Then your uncle threw a fit after she found out he gave you the last cup. Her tantrum lasted for 4 days. Yeah, an adult woman rampaging over juice. There's a reason your uncle was your favorite relative despite not being blood related to you. That's found family. Aunt Ruth opens the cupboard once more. While she's busy, you replace your fork with a sharp knife and hide it in your pants despite the fact that it's dirty. Well, I need a weapon. Better to be prepared if you're going out again. Then make yourself useful and get me a carton of orange juice for my and free scratch tickets, the $5 ones. She locates her purse and hands you 2 crumpled $20 bills. If there's anything left over, get some paper plates and plastic cups while you're at it. You got it. You're about to reach the door, but quickly as a whip, she's already ahead of you and unlatched all the locks. You don't even have time to blink as you're ushered outside and toss your shabby front porch, blinking as the door slams behind you. You fall by locks, snapping into place. You look at the money in your hands and reach for your back pocket where your wallet should be. Only it's not there. You search your car next. Underneath your seats is a center console, as well as a glove compartment box. Not there either. Then you remember the waiter calling after you, trying to draw your attention. Now you understand why. You left your wallet at the bar. Oh crap. Him. Park Bend, Arizona, 5:10 p.m. Byers Bar. Adam enters Byers Bar and Grill with slumped shoulders and the aura of man who just lost everything. He pulls his baseball cap to shield his eyes as he takes his seat at the bar before waving the bartender over. What can I get you? Adam makes sure his voice cracks a little around the edges as he answers. Bombard. On the rocks, please. He lets out a pathetic sniffle while the bartender pulls out his glass. He works to practice efficiency, but Adam can sense the man's growing curiosity and concern over his behavior by certain clues in his body language. Like the way the bartender chews at his lip as if he's debating on asking if Adam's alright. On the way, he places Adam's drink of choice in front of him, soft and polite, as if he's afraid of startling a deer. He's a natural empath, and the one that can easily be exploited for information. Perfect. Is there anything else I can get you? Adam solemnly shakes his head. No, I'm fine, thank you, though. He keeps his voice soft and quiet as he rubs away the condensation of the lip of his glass. He forces himself to keep straight face as the man shifts from foot to foot. It's almost too easy. Then, as predicted, "Hey, are you okay, man?" Adam swallows thickly, and he can feel the man's growing more and more worried. He's got his attention. This is perfect. Just got a lot going on, I'm sorry. He sighs and pushes away the drink. I don't even feel like drinking this. I'm just a mess right now. The man hesitates, but puts Adam's drink off to the side and braces his crossed arms against the countertop as he leans forward. Adam scrubs a hand down his face to hide his smirk. He really should try out for acting one of these days. He's too good at it. After he finds you and slits your pretty little throat, he'll bring up the idea to Saffron. Knowing Saffron and his desire for the band to reach grander heights, he most certainly he'll agree. But first things first, he needs to weasel some information out of this guy. You can talk about it if you want. I'll listen. Adam shakes his head, face still covered. It's so hard not to laugh. Or are these people so easy? He clears his throat of laughter, although the bartender will think otherwise. I don't want to bother you. I already done enough today. No, it's okay. That's what bartenders are here for, yeah? Yeah? He's too sweet and sincere. Adam could puke. But instead, Adam just lowers his head and lets out a deep, shuddering breath. It's silly, but I got in a fight with my civic editor. It started off as a light argument. They were frustrated over something I said, and I responded negatively because I didn't think it was that bad. Yeah, I went stabby on him. That's his answer. Oh yeah, you did. Adam sniffles again. They sprawled from there, and they ran out of the house. I spent hours looking for them. I don't know where they ran off to, and they won't answer their phone. I'm scared they got hurt. The bartender growls home. Well, maybe I can keep an eye out and tell you you're looking for them. What do they look like? Adam wipes out his phone and shows us a picture of you. The one he grabbed off your social media and saved for this exact purpose. Photoshopping the two of you together in order to feed into his story. It's like, the bartender goes, "You look awfully like..." The bartender takes Adam's phone and scratches the back of his head. Oh yeah, actually they were here a couple of hours ago. Adam perks up. Really? And they're okay? They're not hurt? The man gives Adam his phone back. No, they seemed a bit jittery and left their wallet behind. He pats the back of his pocket for emphasis. I picked up and tried calling after them, but they seemed like they were in a hurry. I'm keeping it on in hand in case they come back looking for it. Em looks down at your photo with fondness. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Maybe they're still near here. Sorry, I couldn't help you more. Adam allows a few fake tears to slip from his eyes, and he rubs them away from his thumb and forefinger. As if on cue, the bartender rounds the counter and smooths Adam with a comforting pat on the back. A warm, comforting presence to some, but to Adam it was annoying. Pathetic. Still, he's given the perfect opportunity. What kind of man would Adam be if he didn't take it? He stands up and hugs the bartender who stiffens and surprise at the sudden gesture and stills a hut. Adam gives the man a hard squeeze on the shoulders, playing up his gratefulness in order to distract him from where his other hand travels. His fingertips brush the top of your wallet, and without hesitation, he slips it out into his own pocket. This happened within a matter of seconds. The bartender doesn't even notice, nor does anyone else. He got what he wanted, plus more. Now it's time for him to leave before he overstays his welcome. He withdraws a decent amount of tip and places it on the counter. Thank you again, wearily. Before the bartender can respond, his eyes going wide in the mouth of money, Adam already is out the door and heading back into his car. He inspects your wallet a few minutes later, away from the prying eyes of the rest stop. Adam smirks to himself as he draws it out with relish. Who would have known you've been this careless? It's just all pennies. For some reason, someone who evaded him so long, you keep making mistake after mistake. It's really sad. He hums to himself, tapping the corner of your wallet to his lips while grinning. Darn. He wishes he could see the expression on your face when you return to the bar and find out someone was looking for you. You're smart enough to draw your own conclusions from the trail. His trail of bum crumbs. He licks his lips, delighted at the pleasurable thought of your trembling in fear, like a lost little lamb cornered by the big nasty wolf when the bartender tells you. Will you die on the spot right then and there? Or will you wait for him to show his face first before succumbing to the realization that he's inescapable? He hopes it's later. Adam can't wait for the chance to finally break you. But needs to find you in order to do so. He looks back down at your wallet and traces the black letter with his thumb, knowing the worn inside and distant smell of you. It's almost too much, the way you flood his senses with your sweet scent. He breathes through his mouth and focuses on snorting instead. Am gets a sense of who you are as he rifles through your rewards card, studies your driver's license, and counts each coin down to the last penny. Well, it's only pennies, so it'll be easy. He gleams superficially facts about you, things easily to spot, even without your wallet. You put them aside for a rainy day. Yeah. And my most important rewards cards are actually my keys. Next are your crumbled up receipts. He scores for them. They range from small purchases to much larger grocery runs. None of them are relevant. He crosses through each of them with warrants efficiency until you land on the last one. You belong to a gas station that's quite out of the way from your residential area. The date is from yesterday, early in the morning, and quite a few hours before you pulled over to help him think he was a hitchhiker. He doesn't know why you drove down that desert highway. He doesn't need to ask the people why people did the things they did before he killed them, because they never escaped. Not until you. But these are the most important questions because they possibly accrue to where you're hiding. For what reason did you go into the outskirts of Park Bend? And why do so before making what he assumed was a long trip? He searches the other receipts for possible answers, but there is none. Adam leans back in his seat, pondering over loose theories, none of which hold any merit. Then it hits him. You were visiting someone, maybe a friend or relative or a lover. It doesn't matter why you visited them, but the possibility that you did, as well as the possibility that you were hiding out in their place, could lead him back to you. It would explain the lack of receipts. And there's no other reason for you to visit. Any groceries would sit in the blistering hot car for hours, and he doubt you would visit a restaurant. No, you visited someone. But who? That's a question he can't solve on his own, not without help. He flipped open his phone and called Saffron. I need you to do something for me. You. Park Bend, Arizona, 4:10 p.m. Boo Acres Trailer Park. You sit outside in your car, car while beating yourself up for a solid 10 minutes. Mistakes were made. One piled on top of another, crushing you beneath their weight, and crushing your ribs and lungs, making it almost impossible to catch your breath and remain calm. The biggest mistake being that you even pulled over in the first place. You should have just driven past him, or called someone while you were driving off in your car, or anything else that didn't require you pulling over and checking on Adam. You want to bang your head against the dashboard until you passed out. Of course, you left your wallet because, of course, everything that goes wrong will go wrong. It's Murphy's Law. You're so freaking tired of this, or the games of hiding or panicking, of not knowing what to do. Adam should be the one who's afraid, not you. Not when he's the one who has everything left to lose. Well, you have nothing. But he's after your life. Well, this crappy. Well, it's crappy at times. You're kind of attached to it. In order to keep it, you're going to have to avoid running into him at all cost. Going out once for a grocery shopping run wouldn't be so bad if you could just order future stuff online. But losing your license and debit cards means you have to wait. And the last time you tried replacing your debit card, it got lost in the mail and you were forced to wait 2 extra weeks. The delivery service sucks here. So more than likely, it's happened a second time. It will happen a second time around, which leaves you with 2 options. Here, go back to the bar, risk running into Mr. Relentless, but minimize the need to go outside as frequently, or hope the delivery guys don't fail you and risk going out to get groceries for the next few weeks. The choice is obvious, the delivery guys. You have to return to the bar. You look at the cash your aunt handed you, wishing she used the debit card instead. But the woman refused to expose herself to online feds and works under the table. Everything comes either in crisp dollar bills or nothing at all. She always errs on the side of caution, but you're also wondering if you should take a few notes on her book, especially with Adam on your trail. Probably paper trail. It gets caught. But you at least have something you didn't last time. The sharp kitchen knife glistering in your passenger seat. Sure, it's grimy, but you could at least defend yourself rather than being defenseless. You mentally prepare yourself on a drive over, ready to do whatever's necessary to protect yourself. Even if that means stooping to Adam's level and going stabby to him. Aunt Ruth. Park Bend, Arizona, 5:10 p.m. Blue Acres Chair Park. Ruth stands beside her bed, looking down at an old photograph before she even got married. The one where she is in front of her old church the day after her high school graduation. We know this is Aunt Ruth. She's younger, prettier, hopeful for the future. A sharp contrast to the woman reflected in the glass, her eyes tired from battling nightmares and skin wrinkled from age. How would her younger self feel seeing her now? Probably ashamed and disgusted. She knows herself well enough to see that much. Back in those days, everything was sorted out into neat little boxes, and everything that stood outside of it was a menace to society. And those ideals matched that of her friends perfectly. So much so that her mother used to tease the 6 of them about being a hive mind. She also the one who took this photo, catching Ruth and her friends mid-laughter with their matching cotton dresses of alternating teals and pinks. How many years has it been since then? She lost count. So I think that if I remember correctly, that's probably his mom because of the necklace. She lost count. It's hard to keep track of months and days and years when they all bleed together in one monotone leap. Her ex husband was the reason she was able to keep track of time. And now she's gone, taking all of his precious guns with him. Did he know the real reason why she slept with a knife under her pillow and a revolver in her nightstand? Did he take the mouse bite? Or is he really that thick-headed? You didn't tell him, so... Well, she'll never know. Ruth places a photo back in her drawer for safekeeping and places the frame down before slamming the door shut. She doesn't want anyone to lay eyes on her one treasure. The rest of the photographs she had are lost after she moved from state to state. Now it's all she has left of. A crash comes from her left, and Ruth screams before slamming her hand over her mouth. What was that? Her gaze skates over the source of the crash, and she watches as a large hand grips the ledge of the window. Oh no. Oh no. Did they find her? The last person that got Alice and Grandy? Yet, who else could it be? There's no one else who would do this. No one else she feared for all of these years. But how did they manage to find her? She always been careful, never leaving too many traces of herself online, and moving when she needed to. How are they here? Did it clicks? You must have brought them here. You stupid Will. There's a crunch of boots, shifting over gravel, and a huff of breath as someone hurls themselves up and through the kitchen window with a head full of dark blue hair. Ruth watches with horror as the figure drops to the floor with practiced ease before rising from the ground like Lucifer himself, rising from hell. To be fair, I probably would rather take Lucifer for 500, depending on which version of Lucifer. If it's Lucifer from a baby, yeah, Lucifer for 500. If it's Lucifer from Supernatural, I probably would rather take Adam here. The intruder rolls his shoulder as he surveys Ruth's trailer. It's so nonchalant. Like he used to gain his way with this sort of thing without facing any repercussions. She's rooted in place, frozen as she stares at the man. Move. Her breathing comes in unsteady spans. She can't bring herself to even wiggle a pinky finger. She's so scared. Why is she so weak? She always been so weak. Back then with her, and now with this man who poses a threat to her life. Oh God, help her. The man takes his time facing Ruth and peels off his blue wig and cap, tossing them to the side with relish, measuring his scalp underneath the tangled mess of purple hair with a groan. And she won't know who he is. He crosses earrings glittering in the light coming in from the broken window, capturing Ruth's full attention. Wait a minute. That cross earring. Why does he have that? She recognized that pendant from anywhere. She hasn't seen that since she last walked out of Carissa's house, and back then it was an earring, or rather pendant, that belonged to her, brought in a necklace. The same necklace she gave to Carissa for her birthday so many years ago. She thought when the unfortunate news about Carissa came out, she was still in possession of the necklace. But if that's the case, how did he get it? That's much better. The man gives another groan, and Ruth stiffens at the melodic nature of his voice. Gooseflesh rising along her arms. At how eerily similar he sounds to the previous owner of the cross pendant. Just a more masculine version of her. And those features. Ruth's hands fly to her mouth as she tries covering her shock. You're not who I'm looking for. His boots crunched over to the broken glass as he covers the distance between them. Ruth to him slam her measly bedroom door shut, lock herself inside, but his arms shoot out and he rips it back open, stepping inside and filling up the small space. She shrinks back. Please don't hurt me. The intruder slowly lifts his arm so she could see the hilt of the blade tucked into the waistband of his jeans. He smirks, and she bumps into her nightstand in an effort to get further away, but having nowhere to go, revealing an effort he has on her. He's sick. Twisted, Ruth's hand grazes her nightstand, her fingertips brushing against her handle of the drawer, and she tries to inching it outward, using her body as a shield to find what she's doing. What do you want from me? Do you see I have nothing to give? I beg to differ, but I'm not the one begging. I'm not the begging sort. His eyes lazily drift over to where she's trying to open her nightstand drawer. What do we have in here? I don't... She yanks the drawer open, knowing she's out of time and has to move quickly, her hand touching metal before Adam grabs her wrist, forcing her to let go of the gun. Ruth shrieks as she cowers over him. He towers over her. You're not supposed to play with guns. They're dangerous, you know. It's like, yeah, I know, and you're far more dangerous, so... He says, flickering his free hand towards the revolver. You wouldn't absolutely want to hurt, I guess, would you? Ruth's bottom lip trembles, fighting back tears. She can't bring herself to answer. The intruder rolls his eyes before he lands on the picture hidden in her nightstand. Oh, what's this? He goes to touch her treasure, and Ruth's brain regains movement, grabbing his arm before he can, her nails biting into the sleeve of his hoodie. Don't touch that! There's a vim in her voice, surprising both her and the intruder. The man cracks an annoyed smile. I see a family resemblance now. Turns out you got a bit of piss and vinegar in you as well. And honestly, it's really freaking annoying. He rips Ruth's hand off his arm, sending her trembling onto her bed. Before she can make another attempt at stopping him, the man picks up the group photo with a defiant smirk. Ruth knows when he spots her because his tired body goes rigid, eyes snapping wide open like blinds on a window. His mouth is a single word, and just like that, Ruth's suspicions are confirmed. She never knew what happened to him after news about Carissa broke out. She didn't even recognize him at first because he'd grown so much and changed everything about himself. But now, I'm sure you don't remember me, Adam, but Adam's face goes stone cold as the heat of the room drops 20 degrees, chilling Ruth to the bone. He grips the frame so hard, the wood slides, cracks from pressure. Well, isn't this interesting? He looks down at her. The hatred in his eyes is absolute. If he didn't want to kill her now, before, she most certainly is. He does now. There's no reason he wouldn't at this point. They both know what she's done, the grief she caused that all of them caused, and now her karma has returned tenfold. She's going to die, as she knows it. Ruth scrambles backwards on the bed, hitting the wall with a harsh thud, tears spilling out onto her cheeks as he withdraws his knife, his eyes dead and merciless. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Adam cocks his head, He grips the white tilt, knuckled, as if her words strike a nerve. No, you aren't. Ruth raises a vital scream as the steel ascends on her, causing a murder of crows resting on her back along to shoot up towards the graying skies. You. Like, did he actually kill her before we get Park Bend, Arizona, 5:10 p.m. Buyer's Bar. Monsoon season sure picks one heck of a time to pop up. You're telling me, as an Arizonan, it could be instant. Or, no, certain places. The rain pours down in heavy currents, soaking through your t-shirt, pants, and the worst offender of all, your socks, as you make your way into Buyer's Bar and Grill. Your stomach growls at the fresh, warm scent of food, and you're carved both something to eat and a fresh change of clothes. But that will have to wait until you're back at your aunt's trailer. Not to mention cleaning the mass stack of dishes if you want any utensils. You're pretty sure something is in the sink, winked at you. Maybe you could sneak a purchase for some cheap rubber gloves from a Dollar Street on your way back. Dollar Tree. A woman bustles past you and stomps on your foot as you try to make your way towards the waitress. Crap, that hurts. Did she just stab your big toe with her 4-inch heels on purpose? By the way she smirked while texting on her phone sure says as much. What the heck was that for? Don't kinda line. She keeps her eyes glued to her phone, picking at the keys with well-manicured nails. You scoff, resisting the urge to pull an atom by checking her phone into the fish tank sitting nearby. But the fish didn't do anything wrong. You instead turn away and head towards the front, tossing a brief expiration over your shoulder. Not that you are one. I'm just here to get my wallet. I'm not waiting for a table. She grabs your arm with a pinched expression, her powdered pink nails sharp as knives as they dig into your wrist. You tremble as her hands and nails are overlaid with memory of larger, more masculine hands, flopping your veins, black nails polished, pacing with pink, and they're circling your wrist. Your heart thunders in your chest. I said I'm fine. Oh, I'll try to flip her. Hey, I said wait your turn. Oh, her doing that and you're doing PSD, she could it won't be our fault if we flip her over, right? And then use her shoes as weapons. You look up at the woman, something dark inferring inside of you. You snap under the weight of the memory. Her next words die on her lips as you stare her down. Her hands drop limply at her side. When you move towards her, she takes a wide step back, and you realize she's not looking at your face. She's staring at her hip, where the handle of the knife jolts out. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Well, it works well enough for you as long as she doesn't start complaining to staff. You don't really need to add trouble of getting hauled downtown. Oh no, I think the police you show the police your knife wound and tell them about the band member that tried to go stabby, they might listen. Depends on the police. You got enough to worry about. I'm not here to cause problems. So, How about you leave me well enough alone, Karen? Bloom nods, her face locked onto your butcher knife as she takes a step back. A few people behind her grow curious over the sudden drama and peer over her shoulder. Great. Gotta love the scene she's causing. You need to hurry up and get the heck out of here. You ambling your way past the thick crowd of people waiting for their tables. You manage to catch one of the waitress's attention while she's in between tables by tapping her shoulder. Excuse me, but has anyone here found my wallet? Found a wallet? The waitress grabs her thumb towards the bar, chewing loudly in her gum. Thomas mentioned something about finding one earlier. Go see him. Oh, thanks. She waves you off as she continues on her way onto her next table while you head down to the man, dripping from the head to toe in tattoo ink. As you approach, you overhear him making jokes with a middle-aged patron who pats him on his potbelly. Jessie, says Dad bods are all the rage these days. The tattooed man, Thomas, chuckles as he pours the patron a drink and slides it over with well-practiced aim. They're not wrong, you know. I'm sure you'll find someone who appreciates you for you. Just do yourself a solid and delete Winder. That's coming from personal experience. Heard about it from friends, actually. I'm not really into dating and hookup thing, so all of my horror stories come from them. The patron nods in understanding. Here to that, Winder is dog crap. Thomas chuckles again, but stops once you step up to the bar. He gives you a once-over. His brows wrinkle, lips pursing. Have I seen you before? Maybe from earlier? I actually left my wallet behind and heard you found one. Thomas snaps his fingers, finally placing you. Right. I tried chasing after you, but you left in such a rush. I didn't manage to return it in time. The patron takes a large swig of his drink before he stands up from the bar and nods towards Thomas. He pushes a crisp $20 bill in his way. I guess that's my clue. Thomas holds his fingers up. You had a few. Is Jessie on their way to pick you up? The patron rolls his eyes and waves Thomas off. Yeah, they're right parked outside. Thomas nods approval, and the patron gives both you and Thomas a two-finger salute before making his exit. Thomas pats now empty space in front of him. Feel free to sit. Can I get you anything? No, that's okay. I just came here for my wallet. His lips curl into a good-natured smile. Don't want to chat with old Tom? I'm a bit offended. You like him almost immediately, but you also still in a hurry to get in and out just in case Adam somehow figures out you're here. Oh, he's found out we were here. I'm in a bit of a rush, but maybe next time? Pinky promise? He says, and Astley sticks out his pinky. You laugh, and God, it's been so long since you laughed, so you hook your pinky with his. It's a deal. Thomas grins all boyishly serity before drawing away and wiping down her patron's glass. Glad to hear it. So, out of curiosity, did you and your boo make up? Your what now? My boo? You know, your man, your partner, your lover. Your mood shifts from soft, vibrant yellow, glowing and happy, to uncertain purple, tinged with fear. What he says makes no sense. He came in here earlier looking for you. Said you were two got in a fight and you ran off. He was really worried, afraid you got hurt or something. Oh no, the reason I got hurt was him going stabby stabby. There's no doubt in my mind that man loves you. You scrunch your eyes closed as if it was to stop his words. The only one man searching for you, and he wants you dead. Adam. But how did he come in here without people nosing? You couldn't have unless... Oh, that little crap. He disguised himself, didn't he? Talking about being a chameleon, changes shape and personalities to suit his environment. You probably already know that, though. You give him a non-committed smile. Something like that. Thomas accepts the answer and reaches into his back pocket. He frowns. Strange, we got busier. So I kept your wallet in my own hand. Did I drop it by accident? Did he lose it? No, wait. If Adam was here, he'd probably managed to get his grubby little hands on your property somehow. Darn it. This is exactly what you were worried about. He's going to use your blunder in order to figure out where you're staying. He already knows where we're staying. You don't know how, but your sixth sense is tingling. My spider sense is tingling. Definitely. I'm so sorry. I swear The phone behind him rings and he holds up a finger, mouthing another apology before he answers. Hello, this is Thomas from Briars and Bar, and girl speaking. How can I help you? How may I help you? There's a pause and Thomas rubs the back of his neck and turns towards you, mouthing. Your boyfriend's on the phone. He knows you're here. How? Is he calling from outside, waiting for you to come out? Come out wherever you are? He's the type to turn this entire charade into a game. Thomas covers the receiver. You should really talk to him. Yeah, because talking will solve the bad blood going on between you and Adam. Definitely not. He wants to play to you on the tail of his end of his knife. But Thomas doesn't know that. Fine, let me talk to him. You motion for the phone, and Thomas hands it over to you with a smile. Oh, this poor, sweet, naive man. Am tricked him too, just like everyone else. Your words are cutting as you answer, wanting to get the first word in edgewise before he could hear his stupid voice. Hello, honey. You hear her sniffling and short, quiet sobs of a woman. That's the last thing you expected. Hello? You hear Adam speaking in the background to someone. When the crying woman speaks, horror floods you like a broken dam. That's... Help me. Aunt Ruth. He's got Aunt Ruth. You grip the receiver so tight you almost break it. Thomas mouths. Is everything okay? You wave him off, trying to appear more calm than you feel. How did he get Ruth? How did he find her? How did he... Adam comes into line, unnerving chipper. You heard that? She's begging for your help, and yet you're sitting pretty at a bar. How shameless. Let her go. There's more muffling, and your poor aunt sobs grow louder, and you hear her begging for Adam to put his knife away. You grind your teeth so hard you almost chip a molar. How is he? How dare he go for your family? When you get your hands on him, you go straight for the throat. You know, I didn't think looking for you would lead me to this crap sting, but as it turns out, maybe fate or destiny does exist. Who would have thought? I guess I'll have to reassess my beliefs. Disappointed me between me and you freaking butthole. We've other people out of this. Move touchy. You're getting all worked up here, and here I am being nice enough to put your dear aunt on the phone. I'll say I'm being quite generous given the circumstances. You sound like GLaDOS, Adam. What circumstances? Are you talking about stalking me to the ends of the earth? Because if I didn't know any better, I say you're a bit obsessed with me. Very careful, Adam, or I'll start thinking you could have an unacquainted crush, and that you're not gonna actually kill me. Oh, actually, you're more stabby than most. The words come out scratching, sharp and the kitchen knife hidden in your pants, and Adam goes silent on their end. There's a sharp quiet, and Adam responds with venom. Ever suggest something like that again, or I'll start chopping off her body. Off parts of her body. You bit your lip to keep from saying anything else. That'd be kind of hard for me. It's one thing if it's between you and him, but another when your aunt's involved. And it's not my mom. She may not be your favorite person, but you still don't want to see her hurt. What do you want from me, Adam? You know what I want. You hate him. God, you hate him. You wished a stray bolt of thunder would blast him out of his existence and isekai his sorry button to the world of pain and suffering. Namely, attack on Titan, or he goes and gets eaten by a Titan. Fine, just leave Ruth out of this. Acting so brave. It's kind of cute that way. You're trying to puffing yourself up to be bigger when it's reality. You're just a scared little kitten. Oh, well, a kitten will be could be up a dog though. We'll be all serious. If it's human or it's baby is attacked, it's gonna go full feral on a dog. That's 2 times bigger. Are you going to scratch me with those little claws of yours? Careful, cat's claws or have some stuff that could get you affection. He's baiting you. Anything you say will give him room to hurt Ruth. And knowing him, he'll blame it on your behavior rather than his own sadistic tendencies. You keep your mouth shut. Cat got your tongue? When you still don't answer, he turns mocking. Hello? Are you still there? If you don't answer within the next 10 minutes, I'll drill a hole in your both aunt's head. Knowing me, I would also get my phone, call 911, and have them listen to this. I don't get you. What was that? You're kind of quiet. I said I don't get you. Your hand slams against the counter, and Thomas jumps from where he's standing, halting the conversation between him and a new patron. Wolver's Curl. He's pointing to the patron, and Thomas, who stares at you with concern. Back to Adam. You are your voice, a few octaves. I didn't even go to the police. I left you well enough alone. Why can't you return the damn favor? Because you're staying on this world, just like the aunt of yours. Well, you're one too. What do you even know about me? I've done nothing to you. I know enough. Now I suggest you refrain yourself from throwing another tantrum, or I'll make do to all my promises. You do as I say, and I'll let your aunt live. You mean live enough for her to watch as you slit my throat? Am chuckles darkly. Either way, she gets to live another minute. If you don't comply, I'll kill her here and now. Not to mention, I got eyes on you at that bar. They'll track you wherever you go. Now you'll be good and come back to me, won't you? You close your eyes, trying not to have a mental breakdown. You're trapped like a rat in a cage. If you even try telling Thomas to call for help, he's going to kill Aunt Ruth the second you open your mouth. That's why I would have the voice on my actual phone listening to this. There's only one available option. You have to face him again. Your little worst nightmare. Fine. Where do you want me to meet? Do I really need to spell it out for you? The trailer. Adam gives a slow clap, sarcasm dripping from his tone. Congratulations. You put two and two together, now hurry up, or she'll pay the consequences. Your aunt screams, then the line goes dead, with you standing in place, trying to keep from hurling. The tang of bile in the back of your throat, both strong and acidity. Your thoughts spiral out of control, and a vicious tornado tears through your common sense and destroying your sanity by the minute. Amber resorts to using your own family as a bargaining chip in order to get what he wants. He's got Aunt Ruth. And it's all your fault. It doesn't matter how you feel about her. This is your fight, and now she's been dragged into the middle of the sick, twisted game Adam is playing. You couldn't forgive yourself if she died because of you. Even if he's already has his plan on killing her, you have to save her. You have to. A hand shoots your shoulder, and you jump back into where shocked with live wire. Like you're shocked with live wire. You whip around to find Thomas staring at you with growing concern. Everything okay? You seem agitated. Yeah, I gotta head home. We got some stuff to sort out. You know, a couple stuff and all that. You can hear the tremor in your voice, but Thomas doesn't seem to notice. He just nods sagely. I wish you best of luck. Fights with loved ones are hard, but they turn out okay, no matter the end result. He gives your shoulder a reassuring squeeze as if emphasize his point. Thomas, that's not wise words. Be careful of anyone, even loved ones. Yeah, thanks for the help and advice. You hope he's right. Because things are going to get dicey in the next half an hour, and you really don't know if you're going to make it out of this alive. Outside, you find the storms amplified tenfold. The breeze picking up and flies around the air. Trees bend and almost break at the sheer force of the winds. The word mentions you're feeling right now, and you sprint across the parking lot to your car. To your left, you can see the headlights of a small river truck blasting your car with their windshield wipers, wiping back and forth. Well, you get into the driver's seat and head straight to the highway. It pulls out after you and begins its pursuit. You try weaving in and out of the pursuit, anything to shake them off. But no matter how hard they try, there always remain 2 tail lamps behind. It's not until at the midpoint that they start tailgating you. They tailgate me. Say I have my Toyota. I think I could take on his truck. You assume this is what Adam meant when he said he has eyes on the bar. Whoever is in that car is his informant. Just imagine if I had a Toyota Hilux. It's like you chose the wrong option. The damn stalker. Did they call Adam as soon as he showed up? You'd be betting they did. How else would Adam know to call there? He knew what you were going to do before you did it. He's playing a game of chase, and he's getting closer to winning this nasty game of his thanks to his helper. Your eyes go back to the river truck. As soon as you stop, you peer into the rearview mirror to see if you can sneak a peek at the driver. You catch a flash of familiar white hair. As sensing your eyes on him, Adam is forming waves. Saffron. These 2 buttholes. You're half attempting to get into reverse and slam your bumper into the grill of his truck. Your hand hovering over the rear gear stick, fingers twitching at the idea. No, you can't. You wet your hand away and force it back to the steering wheel. If anything goes wrong, you'll call Adam. And your aunt's blood will be on your hands. You need to stay compliant, because now there's more than one life at stake here. Yours and hers. You need to play things carefully. It's your best shot at making it out of this alive without bringing any more harm to your family. You take a deep breath, shuddering breath. Stay calm, stay collected, and try to be safe. The rest of the drive goes long and torturous as you force down your hectic thoughts. Thunder blooms at the skies, while wind tugs at your car, and your heart thumps well over the speed limit. Then you finally reach the trailer park. Everyone's lights are off, either asleep or out drinking. You pull in the front of your aunt's mobile home and step out of the river truck. Stops behind you. They keep their lights on, illuminating your way as you walk up the steps. You hesitate before knocking. There's a pause. Your breathing almost seems as loud as the rain. What waits you beyond this door? What have you come to find? When there's no response, for over a minute you almost consider knocking again. Then the lock starts clicking. Click. He's in there. Click. Where will you run? Click. He's going to kill you this time. Click. Death is here. Your time is up. You test the door's knob as soon as you hear the last click. Inside, the lights are off. Glass crunches underneath the soles of your shoe, and each step you feel like you're suffocating. He's there. He's in the same room, waiting, watching. You can feel his presence in the dark, lurking like a monster sizing its prey. Why isn't he saying or doing anything? Usually he can't shut up because he loves hearing himself talk so much. At least from now, he's presented himself on that highway so long ago. You swallow the lump in your throat and dare to speak. I've done what you asked. I'm here. I'm the one you want. Now let my aunt go. You wait. Nothing but silence. You try peering through the darkness, searching for his silhouette, but everything blends together in odd shapes. You reach out for what you think could be him, but your hands land on the messy dishes from earlier. Where the heck is he? Your head goes to your hip. Your hand goes to your hip, waiting for him to tackle you to the ground like he did last time. Adam, you take a step back, wondering how he managed to conceal himself in such a small space. He's going to spring forward from under the table like a toy jack in the box. You wouldn't play past him. You got ready to check under the table, just in case, and turn towards it. Something brushes against your ankle, and you yelp, yanking a few steps back. Light flashes, allowing light to appear through the broken window. You realize that's where the glass came from, and as much for what's near your ankle. You scream at the same time. Thunder blooms at the sky, lightning illuminating the room once more. Your aunt lays motionless on the ground, her body covered in blood that soaks through the brown carpet. Above her stands Adam. He holds onto her arm while the other goes to scrap the stake of blood off his face. He finally speaks. His words drip from a poison wrapped in velvet. Well, well, well. He steps over Ruth's body, drops her hand. He plays space low and dangerous like a hunter on the prowl. You take a step back, but hit something in the process and tumble onto the floor. You stare up at Adam, wide frame, in horror as he traces the hand along the curved edge of his knife. He bends down to your level and tips your chin up with the point of his blade. His forever curl smile returns as he continues. It looks like I finally found you, my elusive little pest. So that'll be it for today, because I'll just do the chapters by chapter instead, because this one was really long. So if you like my content, please subscribe, like the video, help out, and comment down below. See you guys next time.